we're gonna call this meeting to order, that our representative has been notified according to the Wisconsin statute. And it is now 6 o'clock. And the first thing on the agenda is the revision approval of the agenda.
No revisions.
Oh, no revision.
Motion to accept the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, next on the agenda would be community participation, or,
There's no community participation tonight.
well, thank you for coming anyways. Next on it would be the approval of the minutes of the regular session on 8/16/2021 and the work session on 9/15/2021. Can I get a motion to approve?
Yeah, motion to approve the minutes from the regular session on 8/16 and the work session on 9/15/2021.
Can I? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Sorry, Paul, I'll slow down.
You're good.
The monthly financial reports, which was on the consent agenda. Can I get a motion to approve the monthly financial reports?
I make a motion to approve the monthly financial reports.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any questions or comments on those? All right, moving on to personnel.
So we have 3 items on our personnel agenda today. The first is the approval of the resignation of Natasha White, who was a lunchroom aide.
Can I get a motion for that approval?
Yeah, motion to approve the resignation of Natasha White, from maid.
Can we get a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Sorry, Paul.
Don't be sorry, I apologize for being on the road.
No, it's okay, I just, I'm jumping the gun before. All right, and then the next, item number 2.
So, this is the approval of the hiring of Tracy Parker to replace Natasha in the lunchroom.
I make a motion to approve the hiring of Tracy Parker to replace Natasha.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any questions or comments? Moving on to our third.
And the third is the approval of the hiring of Yesenia Cerna Aranda, the BMS night cleaner to replace Kane Mosansky.
I will make a motion to approve the hiring of Yesenia Aranda, the BMS cleaner.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any questions or comments? Okay. Moving on to our resolution authorizing a taxable tax and revenue anticipation promissory note for cash flow purposes in the amount not to exceed $650,000.
And so this is our annual approval for the permission to short-term borrow. Nicole has stapled the resolution language onto your agenda for easy reference.
Yeah, so I will make a motion to approve the resolution authorizing a taxable tax and revenue anticipation promissory note for cash flow purposes in an amount not to exceed $650,000. As written, and to the extent the district clerk is absent and unavailable to sign the documents leading up to the closing, the deputy clerk shall serve as the acting clerk pursuant to section 4 of the resolution for purposes of the cash flow borrowing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Questions or comments? And then moving on, our district administration assistant.
So this is a proposal to hire a district administrative assistant. This new administrative assistant would take all of the enrollment-based tasks. So some of those would be from Colleen, some of those would be from Carrie. It just kind of centralizes all of those things into one person. She'd also support some of my work and some of our director of pupil services.
I will make a motion to approve approve the creation of a new district administrative assistant position.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? I oppose that one. Motion does pass though. Moving on to communication and reports from the principals.
So we're all light on reports today because of prepping for the annual meeting at 6:30. But do you have any anecdotal comments, Victoria?
Nothing really, pressing here, just, preparing, we have our events coming up, with Cold Walk as well as, our Glow Run.
Are you coming up here for the Gold Walk, or are you guys doing it down there too?
Still back down.
And that is still no family participation, right? That is just.
So I was hoping to frame my board reports moving forward, in conjunction with my 3 goals that I have for, this year and perhaps next year as well, which are communication, culture, and, collective teacher efficacy. So really working together as a staff to make the biggest positive impact as we can on students. So, I kind of wanted to share with you, just in line with that culture goal, one of the things that we have recognized as a staff is that not all of our kids work at the same pace. They all learn differently and at different paces. So it's important that our systems kind of echo what our beliefs are on student learning. That being said, we have started what's called Academic Lab. Academic Lab is basically an independent study support system for students in need. Takes place on Mondays through Thursdays here in the library, and it's staffed with at least 1 certified teacher. We also have optional afternoon bus transportation for all student participants. We have a late bus that comes at 4:30. So we started this, I believe, the 2nd week of September, Kelly. And since then, we've already had 11 students take advantage of the opportunity. We've even had 1 student come forward, he needs service hours for confirmation, and he inquired about being a tutor for math in Academic Lab. So I just wanted to share that with you. I think it's awesome, and it's really contributing to that, culture of learning and support that we are hoping to continue and grow here at BMS.
I wouldn't have thought of that for like confirmation to come.
Mhm.
That's a cool idea.
He's really smart too. A lot better at helping with math than I am.
That's a great idea.
Cool. Yep.
So I don't really have a report because I have a nice big report at the next meeting. But I did want to mention that there are the regional, board member meetings, or the WASB, and that's October 20th. And so if anybody would like me to register them, you can send me an email or let me know now. Either way is fine, and I'd be happy to register you.
And that meeting takes place in Elkhorn. It's usually a dinner program. I know parts of it are virtual, obviously not the dinner piece this year, but some of the meeting things are.
And if you get an award, they take the picture.
Yeah, so, come prepared to get an award. WASB is putting some of their training materials on the WASB site this year. They're making some training available for free that wasn't in the past, because they know that there's so much virtual learning going on.
And this is throughout the day too, right? Because that's a Wednesday?
It's a Wednesday night.
It's at night?
Yep. And then I just have a couple of things. Today we had a meeting with the Walworth County Health Department, all of the superintendents in Walworth County, or most of us. Some things that Walworth County Health shared, cases trending in cases in Walworth County are trending positive, like they are all over. What's happening in our county is really reflective of other areas as well. But there are other things going on too, so they wanted to let us know that, there's RSV out there, flu, pertussis, that we can't forget about, some of those other things that normally happen, I guess, at this point in the year. With children, specifically in Walworth County, they are not seeing severe symptoms or hospitalizations. So nice to hear that from the county health department today. The lack of availability that they're seeing in hospitals in our county is primarily due to staff shortages more than COVID. And so sometimes that means that the ICU is full because people can't be moved to to a lesser intensive service because there's not beds or staff availability there. So one of the things that Walworth County Health is doing is they are doing a new testing and vaccination site in the county. It's gonna be at Chapel of the Hill on Tuesdays. They'll do the PCR test and vaccinations. I think Pfizer and Johnson will be there on Tuesdays.
Where is Chapel of the Hill?
It's out on Highway 50. I think it's
By Mercy.
Wood.
It's like before you get to Wood School.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. In our district right now, we have one positive case. So, between today's meeting and then last week I met with our conference schools, which are other K-8s in Kenosha County. We right now are on the, and I almost hate to say it out loud, but we're on the low end right now, of positive cases. So hopefully we'll just stay in that position, so. Yes. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you is this week I'm heading to Madison for the State Superintendent's Convention. It's an opportunity to hear from leaders in our state in education. We attend the State of Education Address. We'll hear from both the governor, most likely, and also the state superintendent, as well as some legislative leaders about things that are happening in our state in regards to education. I'm sure we'll hear a lot about budget this time. In addition, I'll be attending some different breakouts on communication, which I think for us is really a key thing as we look to do more of those listening sessions and outreach for our community this year. Academic equity and recovery strategies in relation to the pandemic. So I think this will be my 5th year going, because we didn't go last year, but I think this is the first time that there's more sessions that are really linked to some of those foundational pieces of academics. Because normally you see those at the superintendent or the principal's conference or teacher conferences, but I think because everyone is dealing with learning gaps created by the pandemic, there's just an added focus of how we lead staff and a school community through filling in some of those gaps. So it should be a good conference.
That's nice.
Yeah, and after not having it last year, it's nice to have to be back this year.
Is that it then? Okay. Anything from board members? I just want to say I heard Camp Wonderland was great. My kids were asleep when we left the parking lot, which was great.
I caught that.
Oh, very nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very excited.
My daughter said it was awesome
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Seemed to really enjoy it. And I liked that they came home every night, because then they got to shower. I appreciated that. Paul, anything from you? Is he still on?
Nope, just focus on the road and listen to what everybody's saying.
All right. All right. Then our next meeting is October 18th, 2021. And our next work session is October 13th, 2021, both in this room. And I get a motion to adjourn.
Yes, I will make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I will second said motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.